On Smite, number 410, recorded on December 10th, 2015. I'm Brent Copeland.
I am Rankaran.
And I'm Bitburner.
And let's see.
Hey guys, what's
cracking? We're going to just jump right in and see what's cracking. What's cracking? A-lacking, Mr. Ragin' Cajun.
Oh, what is cracking with me? Well, it's been, I think about 3 weeks, so quite a bit. I've got a few highlight notes listed down. I got Chiron mastered. I hadn't really played him for the last show, so I got my masteries done with him. Now, I'm not a hunter player, and so I didn't expect to like him, and I really didn't. But I do like that he is a very different type of hunter. I don't see him being played a lot in a lot of games, but he's definitely like that kind of weird counter pick. If you need to do a lot of consistent poke, or if you're dealing with a lot of consistent poke where that gradual heal is going to help, I can see where he'd be useful. He's not very good, at least for me, in Arena, though, which is, of course, where I spend most of my play. A couple other things. I had what's got to be the craziest Hercules assault match I've ever had. The stats say it all. We had no healer, and I took 82,000 damage and mitigated 123,000 damage. And I only died 9 times, without a healer other than my own self-heal and Mail of Renewal and Stone of Gaia, which is what kept me alive the whole time. And we still lost. It was the craziest damn match. I wish I'd recorded it. I forgot to turn the recording on, so it won't be on my channel.
And now you're choosing Herc like every time.
No, I've always kind of liked Herc, and of course it was Assault, right? So if I get him in Assault, I always keep him. Yeah. I will trade for him, and I like him. Like even in if I'm playing solo lane in Conquest, I might take him. But there's that. I've had pretty good luck on the Ragers and BMers lately, except just last night I had the worst one I've had in quite a while. This crazy Kukulkan who was going just off on our Anubis and for stupid things. I remember what started it all was Hades, the enemy Hades ulted. So to avoid being sucked in, even though he couldn't escape it, to avoid being sucked in, our Anubis did his own ult, so he got his CC immunity and blasted the Hades. And by doing that, he accidentally body blocked this Kukulkan as he was trying to beads his way out of the Hades ult. And for the rest of the match, all he did was rage. But it made me think of a way to respond to these ragers. And I'm going to try it out. I've actually went and looked up anger management resource websites, and I'm just going to start putting those websites into chat when people start acting like that. We'll see. I mean, I'll admit it's absolute trolling. I have no belief that anyone's going to any of these people are going to go get help for their anger issues, but it will make a point, and will make a point without necessarily raging back.
I just started trying to talk him down, like treat them like they're one of my kids. Like, what would I do if my kid was raging like this? And then go to him like that and be like, what's wrong? Why don't you talk to me? And stop in the match, not do anything, but just let's talk about this. Let's talk about your feelings and why you're so angry right now. I don't really do that, but now that I've verbalized that, I think I might have to try, because I think it'd be pretty damn funny.
I think it would come off as trolling too, is the thing, but yeah. Other than that, let's see. I've been playing Xingqian and Hell and Guan Yu mostly when I'm not in Assault, but I have mostly been playing Assault for these past few weeks, and that's partly a time issue. I'm getting 1 or 2 games in a night a lot of the time, so I just log in, do an Assault, and go. And then the last thing that's a little bit weird is I'm really noticing my Ares play is falling off, which is odd because Ares has always been my #1 god. And what I think is happening, though, is I learned Ares and I mastered Ares when I was like a 1500 ELO player. And now I'm trying to play the way I learned to play Ares then in like 18, 19, 2000 elo games against people, and they know how to deal with Ares now. I remember when I was mastering Ares, people were just terrified in the arena, and they didn't understand. They were only afraid of the ult. They weren't afraid of how much damage output Ares can do. And so I could just go in and slaughter people, and they had no idea it was coming. Well, now they do, and now they know how to counter it. So I'm really having to learn to play a lot more conservative with Ares, which is really weird for me because I've always played Ares like he's an assassin, not like a guardian. And it's starting to it doesn't work at this level anymore. So I'm learning the hard way, and it's why I'm actually playing more Guan Yu and Xing Chan. I'm finding I'm much better with them at
I'm
that.
Surprised
at
you're
this
playing
level.
Jing. That's. I'm surprised you've been playing him.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't think that. I didn't know you had been playing him a lot. I always thought you doing your your Ares thing and that sort of thing, but I didn't know, and your Guan Yus and stuff. But I didn't know that you played him a lot. I didn't know you liked him that much.
Yeah, Jing. Well, part of it is because I really like solo lane when I play Conquest, and I actually haven't yet played Jing in solo and Conquest. But if I'm playing Conquest, I like solo lane, and Jing is definitely a solo lane character. So I'm playing him in Arena to get my skill up with him. I do like that he's certainly like Ares, and that he's got that ult, although it's a much smaller area, but it's just as devastating. But he's actually got minion control, which is Ares' number one problem. Is Ares can't handle minions for anything, and Jing is very good at dealing with minions, and he has all the crowd control of Ares. So I very much like him actually, and I find I'm a lot more survivable with him because he has an out. That's Ares' other weakness. Is with Ares, you're all in. You go in and you either kill everyone or you die. With Jing, you can escape. He's got that leap.
Flip out or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So I really like Jing.
Okay.
And the last thing is, Smite Worlds are 4 weeks away, and I am hyped.
Yeah, you're getting.
I am excited. Yeah. Less than a month away.
I want to go. I think our tickets gone. Did I miss my chance?
You missed your chance, Brent.
They'll put out some more tickets.
Well, they still have some on the friends and family category. There's a couple hundred still in that, so maybe they'll release some of those if they don't.
I don't have 19 grand right now.
No,
though,
but I'm sure if any of those are sitting unclaimed like a week before, they'll probably put them in the regular batch.
We'll have to see. Well, and I guess that's our show. So I'll come back next.
What?
No, just
I know I talk way too much.
What about you, Biddy?
Oh well, I have not been playing as much Smite as I'd like to because I've been kind of splitting it up with Paladins, and so it's kind of rough because I'm really good about logging in and getting my free XP or the gems or whatever that you build up every day, and I've been missing them because I've been playing Paladins or whatever. And it's thrown me all off. I don't know what to do. No, in a good way though. It's good because I have all sorts of stuff to do. But yeah, I've just been playing. I've been actually doing some of the new Clash stuff, and so it was the first time I'd played it actually since they updated it since the beta. I mean, it's still in beta, but it's not the PTS version.
How you liking that?
I had a blast. Well, that's because every time I played, we just wrecked it.
Yeah,
they're very one-sided matches. I find,
but
they snowball fast.
And I can see that putting those paths in the middle between, and I just where you want them to, just to get through the little jungle lanes and stuff, sped up the game for me because you don't have to go all the way around something. So that was nice. And if you play a Musenkab, I'll tell you a little trick. If you play a Musenkab, there's a little enclave that's on your side of the table where the red buff is kind of. You can put your beehive in that little enclave, and it'll reach all out into that red area all over the place, nice. And nobody will ever get it. It'll stay there the whole game, and you could just.
I never even thought of that.
And and a lot of people don't know this with AMC. I see a lot of people make this mistake. They put that thing down because they want to get the speed buff from it, and I understand that. But the key is to get your bees just to touch the corner of it, and then make it like a spider leg off of it. It will apply bees from the corner all the way across that spider leg. So you can put it walls. You can put them way back and just put that thing out like a spider leg. And they're like, how did that thing get bees? They'll be, I mean, I'm serious. I've seen them look around for like, where's the beehive? Where's that beehive? And I was like, ha, it's behind this freaking wall and you'll never find it. And I started, there's enough walls around there that he started to become my go-to god because I could just put all these behind the walls and stuff where they just won't get them. And if they do, by that time another one's up, and I just place another one down.
Well, and your AMC scares me as it is.
Yeah, and I mean, I wasn't even doing all the damage. I mean, everybody was just. I mean, once we got rolling, and here's the trick with it: there really is no cohesion with that game. There's not. Hey, you and him are in this lane. And you and him are in this lane. Everybody is just going, what? Yep. And you just have to kind of work as a group and control like 3 over here, 1 over there, 2, and just kind of, work together as a group and herd people in a way, so that you can manage the lanes and you do it as a group. You don't do it as, oh, me and this guy over here and me and this guy over here, doing our lane thing. It's too quick. I mean, you could actually just roll it right from the beginning because like the red buffs come up like immediately. So, I mean, it drops immediately. So if you get the red buff at the beginning or whatever, you're pretty much gonna rule the roost. So I've been having a lot of fun with that clash, as you can tell.
I'm having fun with it too. I like that.
But I've also found that people know how to play Shuren now. So I was playing against him and he just wrecked me. I was like, whoa. I wasn't ready for the players. I've kind of been playing paladins and stuff, and all these players got good with the new god, and I've only played him like once or twice. And I'm like, and he's cool, and everything, but he does very quick late game high damage. So he's like ping 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 ping, just racking you up, like, and then run through you and kick you, with his kick. So and people have learned how to the trick I was doing, where they run through you, they kick you, and they stop, and then they turn around. They don't keep running off, and then they just kill you. So, so I've learned to just kind of stay away from the Chiron for a while until I figure out everybody's kind of like thing with that. I've been trying to play gods that I haven't mastered yet too, and that kind of sucks because I like hate some of these gods, man. I just
it's a grind.
Like Osiris and what's the Serket, and just Serket's probably my.
So you're like me. You don't really like the assassins that much, right?
No, not at all. I can play them if I want to, but you have to play them a lot all the time to get good at that strategy because it's a whole different strat. It's not the same strat. It's every other god that's out there. You can't go in and do damage. You just can't. And like if you're used to going, there's a fight, I'm gonna go in there. Oh shit, I'm dead. What the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm an assassin. I can't do that. I have to wait. And then like they get all the minions. I'm level 4. They're all level 12. Like I don't. At least in Assault and.
I'm really glad I did that. When I got my full mastery, I think it was 49 at the time, and even that was a brutal grind. But at least from there, it's just I just master every one as it comes out, and I stay on top, right? Yeah. To try and reach that mastery level now, I think would be really painful.
I think I need one worshiper for tier. I've saved him. In fact, I got him the other day in Assault, and I re-rolled him because I knew that. I have one worshiper on him, and I'm saving him just so, like, when I'm not feeling like it, I'm like, I'm playing tier. Play tier. It's a level up. Like, level up. But I've been happy when I've been playing. Nobody's been BMing like Raging said. I don't know if all these people they did like a massive ban on a bunch of
They all
these.
moved to Paladins.
I
Play the new hotness, right? You know what I mean?
People don't really BM in Paladins.
I think it's because
get
they
on the
learned
points,
the lesson.
Idiot. That's about it. That's
they've kind of hidden chat a little more, so it's
that's actually.
I think they should just get rid of it.
About that
get rid of it in both games. Just use VGS.
Why not?
You don't need.
Why not? If you want to talk, use a voice thing. If you want to play, I don't know.
But yeah,
are we to that point where we want to take chat out of games?
I don't know. I'm with you though, bit. Like I've noticed, and this has been the past couple months. I've noticed that the BM rage has been a lot lower, and again, I don't know if that's because I've actually made some significant elo gains in the last couple months, and I don't know if it's because I'm now in an elo range where people are less rage quitty, because people who rage and throw hissy fits and quit don't get to this level.
I think it's all chat. They hid the chat in Smite too. It's not as prevalent. Even after the lobby's hidden down, and you've got to click it up to like talk in the lobby.
Yeah.
And I find VGS spammier now than it has been. Less BM, but people are still BMing you with VGS.
Yeah, I agree with that. That just happened last night. And I'll agree with that. That's been a little bit more. But what I found is that more people are speaking up to say, dude, just chill out, and it's just a game. Just chill out. What are you, 12?
Yeah.
And
I had a Paladins game the other night where like the dude wasn't doing anything like right, so I wasn't being a dick. Well, I mean, maybe to him he thought I was, but I was just like, hey, make sure you get on the point, and he just kept going, be quiet. And I'm like, well, dude, if you don't want to learn the game, don't play it. That's just what it comes down to.
Yeah, you can't. I had to stop actually playing Paladins a little bit because I think there's like an influx of new players.
Yeah, big changes today.
And the changes that too, but people not understanding how the game works, and it's like it's really frustrating because you'll be like the only one standing on the point or even going for it. Everybody's like chasing kills around you, and you're like, there's this whole other part of the game that you're not really.
Yeah, you don't get yet.
That you're not.
Hopefully,
getting.
with the we'll get to that later. Because we still got a lot to talk about. Is that all in your week, Benny? Pretty much.
That's
from a blank line. That was a lot. That was good. So
we'll
see y'all next week.
I played Tribes of Sin too, of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you must be excited about that.
I love all my high res games.
You have to move to Atlanta or something.
I liked how High Res Stu put out that he basically made the comment that they should have named this patch for Tribes the About Effin' Time patch.
That's really where Biddy's been. Haven't seen Biddy all week from Tribes. But I still haven't.
I played Tribes, Paladins, and Smite every night.
It's crazy. I never see you in any of them, so we gotta work some.
I'll jump around. I'll do one or two here, and I'll do them over different times.
Probably change.
I might be interacting with my family, and then I'll jump on it. Depending on if it's just something I might need to get up right away, I'll play Tribes because you don't get points for leaving out of a game. Yeah. But if it's something like the family's asleep or something like that, then I'll play Smite.
That's cool. Well, I still haven't played Soul this week. Not once. Not ever.
What?
I haven't gotten it in Assault. I think I'm waiting till I get it in Assault once and break that cherry and get a couple points in. And then I'll move over and start. The reason is I got to 69, got all through all those stupid freaking assassins, and then when I got Arena, which is when I would try to get points and stuff, I've just been going like Amir because he's still my favorite. And so it's like my time to pick who I want to play. Like I've been missing being able to just play.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So I let Assault be the, you don't get to pick. This one you get to pick. But this week, I was playing a couple games with Eric in Assault, and he got Nox, and I got Mercury, And so we tested out a few things because we didn't know, like, if you ult with like Mercury, will Nox stay on him when he will, or she will. So I would be like, okay, hop on. I'm about to ult, and he'd hop on me, and then I'd get that ult going, and we'd shoot out all the way across the map, and he'd pop off. So then we did a clash, and I was what's his name? The angel dude with the Reaper.
Thanatos.
Thanatos. And he played Nox. Someone else on our team was Apollo. So he was just hopping on people every time they were ulting and flying in with them. So if you didn't know that, if you're playing Nox, you can do that on. It looks like everybody's ults. I don't know what would happen with Athena, but I would assume the same thing. I think you're gonna come in when Athena does. So
I hadn't even thought of that.
And that's one thing with the change to Nox. People, when she jumps on you, there's a reason. When she pops off, she does damage. So you don't want to like run away. I don't see a time really, unless Nox does it by accident. She's not going to jump on you if she wants you to run away from people.
Unless she's almost dead herself.
Well, then she'll just run away.
Since do the dash, she can actually go further with the dash.
Well, that's, yeah, perhaps.
So I'm saying if she messes up, she may. But for the most part, when she's hopping on you, get ready to go in. That's like when Athena's targeting you. Athena wants you going in. She wants you to be in there and doing so she can do a ton of damage when she pops out.
Right.
So,
yeah, that's the thing I've noticed is playing Nox is that not a lot of people understand her abilities. Yeah. Like I didn't until I played her, and I'm like, this is the most badass god right now. And like,
I love.
I've fallen in love with Nox. I really have. I like if I play Assault or sorry Arena or anything, and where I can choose, I'll always choose her now because she's just so fun to play. Unless the team makeup is not going to allow for it, then I'll play something else. But if it is, I'm like, yeah, Nox. I'm going to play Nox because she's so fun.
Well, and we got a little update from Gabe as well. We got some skins. We'll figure out how to give them away. We may save it to the end of the year. We may do a holiday thing. Who knows? Just follow us. Twitter, you'll find out then. But he wanted us. We were supposed to do a show last week. We didn't. So Paladins, there's the Frigid Queen patch went in. So we'll talk a little bit more about that later. But he wanted y'all to know about that, as well as the Demons and Divas patch went in for Smite, and it's live with some cool skins. For Cirquette, Aphrodite's. I like Aphrodite's much more.
Yeah, Aphrodite's.
The Lady Gaga skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought it. I liked it.
SWC coming in January. You probably won't be able to get tickets if you haven't gotten them. So
no, they are sold out.
They may get more tickets.
Digital tickets, though?
We'll see.
The loot pack would still be available because they'd be infinite number of those, but the actual live attendance tickets are sold out now, unless you have $90,000 or $106,000 to spare, or you know someone at High Res who can get you one of those friends and family codes that probably reduces that price to something a little more reasonable.
Yeah, so if you wanted all the digital goodies that you would have gotten with a ticket, you can still get that in game with the SWC digital ticket. I believe it's 1,300 gems or so.
Yeah.
So grab it up while you can, and that means we're going to move on to.
Well, and actually,
patch of the Pantheon.
Or not? What's up?
So I was just going to say on that topic, if you have bought your ticket, your physical ticket, and you have not yet been emailed your code to redeem your digital loot pack, contact High Res support. They've been tweeting about that. Apparently, some people aren't getting their loot packs, but like I got mine a couple weeks ago now. So if you bought the tickets and you don't have the loot pack code yet, contact High Res support. Sorry.
It's okay. Now we're going to move on to
patch of the Pantheons.
Woohoo!
So we got patches everywhere. Patches. I guess we'll talk about Paladins maybe a little bit later if we have time. Patches for Smite. We got a bunch of nerfs. I guess this is pretty much trying to gear everything up for the SWC and get it ready.
Well, and in response to the super regionals, because every god they nerfed was basically had like an 80% or higher pick ban rate in the tournament. So these were gods that were showing up in every single match. All the pros were going straight to them whenever they could get them. It was ridiculous. And like I've watched Smite tournaments before, and I've always liked the variety. Like you've got different teams have different people with different go-to gods, and you saw a lot of mix-up. In this, it's like every team went for Khepri. Every ADC tried to get Saul. And if they couldn't, they took Xebalanque. Xing was showing up. Hell was constantly banned. So it's obvious that at least at the pro level, these are the gods that needed to be reined in.
So, and those are, like you were saying, Xing, Hell, Khepri, Soul, X-Ball, Xebalanque, Zeus, and they buffed Anhur and Tyr.
Yeah.
Which, if you remember last year for the finals, it seemed like Tyr was everywhere, right?
Yeah, I think Tyr's been kind of outclassed, and it's the same sort of thing where people learned how to play against Tyr, and Tyr really doesn't have a good wave clear, and so as a god who's supposed to be in the solo lane, for that first, especially when you're up, going up against Sun Wukong and Xing and gods like that who can clear the wave very easily, Tyr was really struggling at the early parts of the game. So they just buffed his power cleave to make him able to actually kill minions.
Cool. And also more skilled bots in all co-op modes. Has anybody played with the more skilled bots?
I was going to do that actually, and I didn't.
I have quite a bit. Some nights, where I'm in the mood to play Smite, but I'm not in the mood to deal with humans. I just want to do something on autopilot. I'll slaughter bots for fun. And at least I'm not smurfing, right? So
haven't smurfed in a while. We need to do a smurf night.
They are noticeably better. I actually almost managed to lose a bot assault because the bots are now better than noobs. And so I had a noob for a teammate, and the bots were beating him significantly, and he was the only other human on my team. So it was basically me and 3 bots against 5 bots, and we almost lost.
Wow.
The arena bots, not so much. They don't seem that much smarter, and there's actually an option now between you can still do the easy, completely brain dead bots versus the newer, more skilled bots.
Right.
They still have really, really dumb behavior though. Like they will still march single file into an ultimate, like into a Kukulkan ultimate. They won't even try and dodge it. They'll still come out of base in single file. But they do seem to be better at actually killing you. So you have to be a little bit more careful and cautious than you used to against bots. At least that's what I'm finding.
Hey,
I find it still fun and still really easy.
I got a good idea. We used to do this thing called a bot blast. It was a contest that we used to do back in the Quake days, where you actually recorded yourself doing a round against bots and submitted it, and whoever had the highest score on that particular map or whatever was the winner. And so maybe we could do some sort of thing where we say it's this god again, an arena against the difficult bots, and you submit your video, and whoever has the highest score gets some sort of code or something.
That's a good idea.
Well, that's kind of the attitude I take when I'm doing these bot matches, is especially if I'm doing co-op arena. I'm playing against my teammates. It's which of the humans on our team can get all the kills.
Right, yeah.
Right? And you can tell right off the bat the people who are experienced and the gods they pick and who they go for. My go-to for it to try and rack up the most kills against bots is Kukulkan, because they'll walk right through tornadoes and they'll walk right into his ult.
So,
but assassins do very well as well. Baka's tough to beat. Bakasura can just destroy bots like nobody's business.
What we should pick a god that's kind of difficult.
Well, against these bots, against even the medium difficulty bots, there is no god that's difficult.
Circuit.
Well, what? So, like, I think this may be a good time to maybe get a group that wants to learn Conquest and maybe do some bot matches together, just to get feet sweats or something.
The feet sweats.
The feet sweats. Because if you get the feet sweats, then you got to get something to wrap them up and dry them off.
Get Anubis in there with his wraps to take care of the feet sweats.
Yes.
Okay,
Because you definitely need them feet sweats. Okay, so bots. I don't know. We used to play bots a lot when we were playing with new people. Instead of throwing them against the people who were the same level as us, we would go in against the bots in League of Legends, and it worked out great because, like you said, they're still better than the noobs, even though the people who've been playing for really long they know how to kind of cheat the system with the bots and exploit all their shittiness. It still is better than, I think, throwing up new people against people that are just going to pwn them like they're a bot.
Yeah.
But anyway, so maybe we'll try that. Also, Ravana rework has been announced.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Because everybody hates Ravana, don't they?
Yeah.
Does anybody like Ravana?
You know what? I did okay with them, but I think it's.
Every time he comes up, everybody says reroll.
He's just boring. I think he's just boring, really, is what it comes down to. Whether, I mean, I think he's one of those gods where if you know how to play him, you can get good and go in and like actually, do okay.
But there's always a god that would be better.
Right.
Is I think the issue.
Right, and then also he's just not fun.
No, his ult. It's just there's nothing to him.
So okay, rework. Ult will be like Loki's, can be used to teleport, doesn't require target lock, damage is more than doubled.
Yeah. This reading the degree of damage and
it'll make him like Al Kwong.
Debuff increase. Oh yeah, he's I think this is gonna be they've overdone it. That's my opinion anyway, just from reading the stats. I think they've probably overdone it, and he's going to be the grossly overpowered god now, and then they'll have to nerf him.
Well, yeah, but then people will let them know how to calm him down. Yeah. Okay, we brought him up to a level to where now you say, is that too much, or is that just enough, or what's going to
cut off his leg?
But they need to get people
to play him.
Yes, that's what the thing is. They need to get people to play him to be able to figure out if he's overpowered or not.
Yeah,
and people will they'll know real quick.
Yeah. Also, Nija's getting a remodel. All the abilities will stay the same, which I think is good. I think Nija is a pretty stable god with abilities.
Nija was always one of those ones that was really underrated, and he was one of the few that was like a few players picked him in the regionals, and he quickly became respect banned. The particular one I can think of was Dare to Care on Team Eager. Yeah. If they let him have Naja, he just destroyed the other team.
Jungler, right?
Yeah.
He was eager beager.
So yeah. So he'll still look like a girl? Is that the thing?
Yeah, he still looks like a girl. For the most part, he's gonna look the same. It's just a lot of it is where he used to wear mostly white robes. It's now more of a red robe, and it's just a little bit more detailed, like they do with all of these remodels. It's just there's a few more fine points to the detail.
Is that the original model from the old versions? I mean,
Naja? I think so.
Has Naja been updated since it came out?
No, and I remember
Naja an older god too.
Naja was the new god when I started playing Smite.
Yeah, I remember
that was 2.5 years ago now.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Just when all the kind of reworks started to happen.
So no item updates in this patch, or is there a coming patch that we're also talking about? Or
they just did patch notes yesterday, so that's like the Ravana rework and some of these skins that have been announced. They're not live yet. They're going live on Tuesday.
Okay, because Base Drop Janus has been out, and same.
Oh yeah, that's been out for a few weeks now.
MMA Ravana was just released.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Succubus Circuit in 2 colors, and one's limited. And this is going to be, I guess, like the Ravana, where you buy both of them basically.
And the Ravana, you get both colors for only 400 gems, and it's an Odyssey item, so it's absolutely worth it. I think the Circuit one it's 600 for the bundle, so it's not quite as nicely priced.
And it's Circuit. Who likes Circuit? No, I'm just kidding. There's people who like Circuit.
There's a lot of people who like Circuit, actually.
And the right-hand Circuit is just...
Not my hands. Lady Gaga Aphrodite. I think they're calling her Diva Aphrodite.
Yeah.
So they don't get sued like Catwoman.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever got sued. I'm just throwing rumors around just because that's what I do. So live with it. Father Time Chronos. That's in the
that one's kind of
cool.
a meh.
I thought it looked cool.
I don't really like it, but then I don't really like. I mean, the only other Chrono skin is that crappy 64-bit one that's deliberately looks like crap. So
yeah, I'll tell you, my favorite one out of all these is the bass drop Janus. Like the sound
he's
pack
cool.
with it, like the sounds, everything is awesome.
He's awesome.
It's not bass drop to me. All I see is Gypsy Danger. It's Pacific Rim Gypsy Danger. That's all I see with them. And I mean, the sound effects obviously aren't, but.
I don't even know what that is. So
you've never seen Pacific Rim? Oh, good God, Brent!
Is this a Canadian thing?
No, no. It's like it's a giant
Canadian
robots fighting Godzilla-style monsters. Come on, it's great. Wow. You have to turn your brain off to enjoy it, but because it's beyond stupid, but it's so good. Watch it seriously. Okay. Anyway, off topic.
Still scared. Kepri, open fat lady opera fat lady Bacchus. Man, I had a Bacchus the other night. 18 and some. It was a crazy game, and I don't think I've ever had 18 kills with Bacchus. But
I love Bacchus, and I love this skin. It's just so over the top funny. He's got the big Valkyrie helmet, and the big steel breast cones.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. It's like one of the few Smite gods I could cosplay if I was weird like that.
War Machine Jing Chin. And over 150,000 has been raised so far for Child's Play. So if you haven't bought your Child's Play chest yet, go do it. It's for a good cause. And Clash Mode is becoming official. So I guess that was still beta testing and enough people like it, and it didn't screw up other games.
Well, and it was weird because just a couple weeks ago they were saying that on the next patch they might take Clash away to go work on it. Right. And then yesterday they announced in the patch notes that no, we're taking the beta off and Clash Mode is going to stay. They're still going to tweak it, but they're primarily going to leave it alone.
Well, hell, they'll probably just do like they did Arena and make the changes so like slowly that you never even know it until one day you're like, wait, what happened to Arena? Wasn't there another mode without the crap? And you're like, ha ha ha.
Yeah.
See, and I'm guessing Clash is mostly taken away from Siege.
You think
I'm guessing Clash is mostly taken away from this. I don't think they're going to take away Siege, but I think Siege is probably the mode that's going to lose players to Clash. And I'm not sure Siege was doing all that well anyway. So
Siege is a longer game. Clash is very quick games. If it's not a quick
that's
game,
what's wrong with Siege. Right, because Siege was supposed to be the mix between Arena and Conquest, where you could play a game and not have to commit it any more time than you would to an Arena. But no, Siege games take forever sometimes. Yeah. So
they didn't put the towers close enough.
And I think that's why they came up with Clash. Was
they need tunnels to just warp us everywhere.
And not to say Siege can't be fun, but Siege is not what it was intended to be, which is a Conquest light, super fast mode. It's not that.
Okay, so now we have this. I don't even know how to do this, but I'm going to try it with this.
Smite World Championships.
So coming up in January.
Is that JBJ?
Huh? Do I?
Is that JBJ Blaze?
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you just saying?
Yeah.
They're the championships. Okay.
I did it live. That wasn't pre-recorded. That was...
Oh, that was you in the microphone.
That was Memorex right there. So, so 10 teams finally decided. I have not really been keeping up with this as much as I probably should have. I know Rachel has. Do you want to...
So the big thing that everyone was waiting on for the most part was these super regionals that happened a couple weekends ago, where the top 6 teams from Europe and the top 6 teams from North America competed to get in. So
that's 12 teams for people who can't count.
And now it got shrunk down to 5. So
you're welcome.
We've got the two teams get top seeded, so they don't have to do the placement round. They are automatically in the main tournament. So that's Cloud9 from North America, and they are the defending champions. 4 of the 5 of them were Team COG that won the last year's tournament. And from Europe, there is Paradigm. And 3 of the players on Paradigm were on the TSM team that won the launch tournament. So both of those teams have really good pedigree in them.
Yeah.
And
our neither are Envy or Eager, right?
Yeah. Our former guest, Lydia, is an assistant manager for Paradigm. So that's good for her. And then from North America, the second place was Enemy, which was a bit of a surprise. There were a lot of people figured that 3 teams from North America were going to get in. It was going to be Cloud9, Envy, and Eager. And Envy and Eager both got upset, got knocked out of the tournament. They are not going to Worlds. And Eager has since broke up.
Ouch.
They all went their separate ways. And for those who aren't necessarily familiar, Team Eager, 3 of those players were the runners up in the launch tournament. They used to be Team Dignitas. So those 3 have been together for 3 years, and they broke up because of how the tournament went. And then there was also a wild card with that. So Europe actually was the team that got a second place and the wild card. So Epsilon and Fnatic got in. There's going to be 2 teams from China, which we know nothing about, but they are actually going to rebroadcast the China finals on the Smite Twitch this weekend. So if you're into the Pro League and you are interested in watching to see what these Chinese teams are like, you can watch it this weekend. They're going to put it. Brazil has 1 team, Pain Gaming. Latin America, which is basically the rest of South America outside of Brazil, has a team, Isurus Gaming. And then Oceania, which is Australia, New Zealand, that part of the world, they have a team as well, Avant-Garde. And actually, Avant-Garde were the first team to be actually lock in their place. Smite World Championships are sold out, which we've said about 3 times now. So if you were hoping to go, if you were hoping to kind of scrounge up money and go at the last minute, you are probably out of luck. But there are, we've talked about this a bit before too, that they're going to have official viewing parties where it's basically like a bar is going to get together and broadcast it and have a big party. And there's 9 official ones already listed on the website, on Smite's website, excuse me. And they're kind of all over the world. There's 2 in the US, 1 in Australia, 1 in the UK, Romania, Spain, France, and Norway. So basically, if you're in Europe or North America, you're not too far away from one if you want to try and check it out. So go to the Smite website. They do have, I think it's part of the Smite World Championship section of the Smite website, and they've got these viewing parties listed. They're probably going to add a whole bunch more. There's still a month to go. So if people can organize more of them, they will get them together. So that's the World's recap from my point of view.
Nice.
Very well done. Very well done.
And if you're going to be there, look out for Raging. I'm going to try to at least drive down, even if I don't get a ticket for at least a day, if not both days. But who knows? Maybe I'll get a ticket. So look for us. I'll bring some swag, some on Smite buttons or whatever the hell we have, stickers or stuff like that. Anyway,
G-strings, we got those.
Yes.
Ooh, G-strings. All right, I'm in.
No, I think Brent used them all.
I'm using them all right now. I got all 4 of them on. I wanted to wear them to bring to y'all.
Just wash them.
I'm gonna mail
and then
to
you.
you.
Can sign them.
Be like, why's the dog sniffing that package? Which package? Anyway. So Paladins. So had a patch today. Logged in. So they added in masteries now. So you can level up your Paladins. And
have you played Evie yet or against her?
I have. I played her in a bot match. They added bot matches.
Witch.
And then I played her. Man, I had those bot matches are crazy. Like the bots in.
They know how to play.
Paladins.
Yeah.
Is like.
They know how to play.
And my match went like an hour. It was like crazy. I had over 100 kills, and it was just like, I don't know what's going on here. Can we please win?
The problem with the bots is they are programmed to kill each other and not go for objectives.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter which side gets a siege engine, that siege engine is not going to accomplish anything because it's not going to get any backup. Your teammates, your bot teammates, will not push the gates.
You're talking about all bot only. You're just you and bots.
Yeah,
No other co-op.
Well,
right.
Yeah, but I guess I must have. I thought I would have done a co-op, but
because that's a new mode that they added.
Well, it is co-op, but if no one else joins in within a certain amount of time, it puts all bots on both sides.
Oh yeah, you know what? And I had one human, and that human DC'd.
So
and yeah, it made it painful.
And now it's supposed to, when you DC, it's supposed to throw a bot in for you until you get back. Not that that's going to help you too much, but
no, and it didn't work for me. I was playing a real match. I think it was Monday night. I was playing a real match after this was supposedly live, and we had one of those instances where one player just didn't load in the first place. It wasn't this player never showed up,
right?
And we didn't get a bot, and so it was 4v5, and it went about as well as you can imagine.
That would be so cool. Like it's somebody bails out, a bot gets in their place, until they come back
and plays. Like why don't they do that for Smite?
Yeah, why not? At least a bot that just kind of would guard under a tree or something. At least for assault.
Disconnect so we can get a bot, you loser.
Yeah. I can't wait to rage for that.
At least for casual matches, why not?
Rage
or keep the match going.
Bot or rage. Anyway, so big thing with Paladins is they are updating it like weekly. They're really working with the balance and trying to make sure they're getting this game.
And it's getting really optimized too. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it plays damn smooth.
And I don't know what they're doing with the cards, but I have like 90-something% now. Like they keep giving me cards. Like I log in with a patch.
You get a lot of
cards.
What? Well, they're gonna wipe accounts eventually.
No, you get.
No, I don't think
cards.
so.
Well, no, the cards that you got through the promotion, but they stated from the beginning that they'll might be a wipe at some time. But any of the stuff that you got that was tied to the founders pack or whatever it was would stay.
I don't. I think this is like Smite. Like once you started playing Smite and you were getting skins and.
I'm just saying that was what the movie said when you first connected to it.
I think though that was just the standard. That was like them covering their ass legal. We might need to do this. I don't think they're actually planning to do it. But yeah, Brent does have a point though that they're giving away so many cards for free. It's hard to see where the revenue model is going to come in down the road.
Well, if they do a wipe, then
yeah,
there you go.
But I just don't think they can because you can already buy gems, and so if people are buying gems and spending those on stuff, they would be.
Well, I think I think that you'll get those gems back. I think that was something that they stated.
Well, it's something we'll keep our eyes on.
I'll admit I'm not playing Paladins all that much, and part of it is because of how quickly things are changing. I want the game to settle a little bit before I get really invested in it. So, I mean, the changes are great. I'm certainly not complaining on that they're actively balancing it, but it's a little too chaotic for me right now to feel like playing it. So I've mostly been focusing Smite, and I don't know. I guess I'll have to see how long it takes for things to settle down. And yeah, if stuff gets wiped, then I won't feel like I've lost anything anyway.
So servers now 24/7. So have you guys experienced not being able to get on in the middle of the night?
Well, that's actually old news, really. I mean, that's left over from they announced that about 3 days after the last show.
Well, yeah, like even at the beginning when they said it was only going to be during these times, like I was on in the middle of the night.
It was like all over. It was like whose time zone are they gearing this towards? Like when are they going to close it? Because originally it was like midnight, but
yeah,
we played well past it, and we're like, what's going on?
I played way past it multiple times,
and they're Eastern, so I mean they're 3 hours behind or in front of you. So yeah, once you reach level 4, you can give beta codes. I don't know where or how that's done. I want to look into it because I'm well past 4, so I can be at least giving out beta codes as prizes or something.
Oh, that's what my brother said. He had some beta codes. He must have leveled up real quick and got some codes. That's probably where he got them.
So it may just be in the like log into the website or something. Anyway, I'll figure that out before next time. But I mean, that's about it, I think, for the show. Unless y'all have something else y'all want to say.
Happy holidays if we don't see you.
Oh yes.
Oh yes.
It's December.
Yeah, I guess we should
I'm focused
say that.
on January.
Right.
I don't care about Christmas. Screw that. I Smite Worlds. January. That's all I.
So I guess we should say that too. If you don't see us before the New Year's, it's because holidays, and things are kind of getting crazy for everybody. A little bit harder to get everybody together for an hour.
I think
once
there's
a
not.
week.
I don't think there's going to be a lot of Smite news in the next 3 weeks either.
Yeah.
I mean, as with holidays and Worlds coming up and all the Worlds placements done and the balance changes are going to be really minor right now.
Yeah.
I don't think there's going to be a lot for us to talk about.
Right. So call us. Maybe we'll have a full call-in episode if enough people call in. And that is speakpipe.com/onsmite podcast. And you may not see us till Worlds or the week after when we talk about it. So if not, have a great holiday. Enjoy your whatever. And we'll see y'all then.
Bye.
It's hammer time! Thor's Top 5.
So we got a Thor's Top 5 tonight. The first, not really. No one's got one. I don't have one.
No.
Is the music getting loud? I think the music's getting loud.
Nice job.